Today, I'm going to be going off on a little bit because I'm kind of pissed off. I really love Resonite and I really hope that it expands beyond what it is now and that it turns into the perfect social VR platform that everybody wants. Literally, you can be or do anything that you want and it's absolutely amazing. It's not necessarily that I have any problems with the game itself. It's the problem with the community, the dev team, the mentorship program, everything like that. So number one, the thing that I want to talk about is the moderation team. This one is going to go for a little bit. So I had been banned three times for shit that I didn't do. The first time I ever got banned, I remember I was working in a world that was, I think, only contacts, and it wasn't even my world. It was a friend of mine. So we were in the world together and I was working on my booper. I have a booper that says funny things when you non-consensually touch my fucking face. The joke was that if you're gonna touch me non-consensually, then my booper is just gonna insult you non-consensually. Kind of a funny concept if you think about it. I don't have phantom sense or anything like that, and that wasn't necessarily the point. It was mainly as a joke. Well, as I was working on all of the sound bites, because you can record and do all these sound bites and stuff, the sound bites were left out in the world. And as they were left out in the world, I guess somebody that was friends with the contact came into the world that I didn't know. I was still fairly new to Resonite at the time when this happened, but this person, whoever it was, I honestly don't even know who it fucking was. Well, allegedly they had come into the world and then they had started recording and going around and playing all the sound bites that I had made as I was working on the booper for myself, right? And my friend was trying to help me because again, I was new to the game. I got a report filed on me and then I didn't even get a warning. You immediately get banned for 30 fucking days. Soft banned. And what a soft ban is means that you are allowed to play the game, except you're just kind of chilling in your own little fucking world and you can't go outside of your own space. Unless somebody invites you or unless you start your own sessions, you can't go anywhere. So I contacted the moderation team and I had been like, hey, why am I being banned and why was there absolutely no fucking warning as to why I was banned? And they had said that I was reported for sexual harassment, which doesn't even make sense. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna pull out this fucking guideline right now. I have the moderation handbook right here. We're just gonna go through really quick and look at the harassment tab. We can also look at actually the dispute resolution tab. Look at that. Wow, there's a whole fucking page just dedicated to just saying, hey, if some shit goes down, handle it at the lowest fucking level. That is not at all what happened with me. I don't even know where it came from. I don't even know who did it, nothing. So nobody handled anything at a lower level, right? Nobody said, hey, Stutters, I don't like, these sound bites that you're making in the world, dude. Like, that's kind of not okay. Like, you could have said that and I would have been like, oh dude, well, first of all, I would have just told you, hey, it's a private world, you don't even need to be here. But at least they would have handled it at the lowest level the best that they could. Still, like, nothing happened. Nothing, no warning, nothing, right? Harassment, continually approaching a user with intent to annoy, upset, or disturb them. This includes utilizing Resonite to find and harass users on other platforms and social media, which I did not do. The one that I got accused for was sexual harassment right here. It says behaviors such as unwelcome sexual advances, non-consensual touching, and other forms of verbal or physical harassment of a manner that is sexual, flirtatious, or reveals inappropriate personal details. I did none of that at all. I did not make a move on anybody. I wasn't flirting with anybody. I wasn't harassing and going around and saying like, hey, you bitch, you this, you blah, 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 right? That's not what I do. I was just working on my booper. Plus, if people are, the whole point of my booper was that if people are going to unwelcomely come and touch my fucking face, then they are also unwelcomely going to receive a fucking insult from the booper. That's kind of the whole point. They don't provide when it happened. They don't provide who did it, which is fine. They don't provide where it happened. They don't provide what world, what session. Was it private? Was it public? Was like, what was going on? What in this case? I feel like these are important details that people should know about if you're going to accuse somebody of sexual harassment, especially. The second time I got banned was because some fucking person was power hungry and got upset. So I was in a world, and I'm not gonna say who this person was, but they were deciding to mess with one of my friend's IK, and you know, we had guest permissions, so we were able to like spawn out items and mess around and do stuff. Well, all of us were doing it. He had like admin privileges or whatever. He started messing with my friend's IK. He blatantly said it too. He was like, how about I mess with your IK? My friend was never asked if that was okay with him. So starts messing around with the IK. Then some weird shit starts happening, right? And there was so many items in the world, it was hard to tell what was actually going on. But my friend, who was both armless and legless, because this guy was messing with his IK, started blaming the legless, armless friend that I had, saying that, oh, you're messing with my stuff, like you're making my audio weird and all this stuff, right? No. What are you talking? Buddy, you're the one messing with his IK. The fuck are you talking about? Right? So as time goes by, they start looking inside of the inspector and stuff, and well, maybe it was this other item that was spawned in the world or something, and it, you know, for some reason it did like double audio, like could hear him twice, and he fucked himself up. I don't know how he did it. He started blaming and pointing the blame at like me. He started pointing the blame at my friend, and then we were just like, no, it was not us. We have the capabilities of doing certain things, but we would never just do it. Like, that's just not a thing that we would want to do. So as time goes by, there was a certain point where something got deleted or whatever. And then he looked at me and he was like, oh, you're waving your hands. You're deleting things without, you know, permissions. And I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I can teleport around because that's what my system allows me to do. Like, I'm not malicious. I'm not going to go around deleting fucking people or players or things. He decides to just like freak the fuck out after one of his items like just went missing. Stop fucking with me, like a little bitch. And then he had like a button in his radio menu in which he could just delete and respawn everybody all at once. We go back to spawn and everybody is loading back in. And this is before splitting, right? This is pre-splitting. All of us are just kind of like, dude, what the actual fuck? I start getting pissed. I didn't want this kind of drama. I just wanted to be able to chill with my friend and have a good time and not get blamed for stupid shit that we didn't do. Later on, I just decided, you know what? This shit's fucking ass. I just didn't want to keep getting blamed. So I leave the world. And then way later in the day, I get back on Resonite and I go to the problem child's friend. And I am talking to the problem child's friend and I say, hey, are you okay? Like, genuinely fucking asking, because I don't know this guy, right? I don't know who this guy is. I know he's your friend, but does he treat you like this? And is this just something that you're okay with? Like, what's happening? This person just says, oh, you know, like, yeah, dude, he's great. He's awesome. And I confronted him about his friend's problem about just deleting everybody in the freaking world and blaming me and my friend for things that we didn't do. And he was like, no, he didn't do any of that. Bitch, you were there. The fuck are you talking about? It started getting to a point where tension was really like starting to build up. I was like, look, some people, maybe you just don't know them that well. You know, if you're okay with that, it's kind of not cool, man. Right? Because I have my friend too. They were getting blamed for shit they didn't do. I was as well. And they were like, well, the only thing that my friend has ever done is show people their true colors. And I'm like, the fuck does that have to do with any part of this conversation whatsoever? Immediately after I said that, I got kicked from the world. I got banned from the world. I was unfriended immediately. And then I got reported immediately after that. Not even the next morning, I get another 30-day soft ban. It goes by 30-day increments, by the way. Like, there's nothing less. There's no like, oh, just like a few days and then, hey, don't do it again. Or like, hey, just like a week. It's straight up an entire month. And there's no workaround. There's no way around it. Like, you can make another account, but it'll just keep saying duplicate account, because even though it's a soft ban, I think it's hardware lock. I think like it goes based off of like your IP. Yeah, so I got banned for another 30 days after that as well. And I was very pissed off. That one probably pissed me off the most. But and the great part about that ban was that they didn't even give me any sort of like context as to what I did wrong. They again just said that they had evidence and then left it at that. I said, okay, provide me with the evidence, provide me with what you have been shown, that I had done anything wrong, that I had deleted something in the world, or that I had, messed with things that I should not have, or bypassed permissions, which is not possible because I had guest permissions anyways. So I could have just spawned out an item and shot someone and respawn. Like there are items in the game that do this, right? Moderation does not moderate items. They only moderate the users behind the items, which doesn't fucking make sense, right? If you don't want like that kind of shit to happen, then don't let those items exist. Probably shouldn't allow items that mess with people's fucking IKs like it was with my friend either. And get this, I sent in a report for the player as well. Not only that, when I sent in the report, they responded with, we're so sorry that this happened to you, but you could just block them. You could just solve it at the lowest level, and since they're the world owner as well, you could just leave the world. So really, it's up to you. That's on you. That's your fault. There's no reason basically to be reporting this player. Also, stop destroying shit and stop doing things without permissions. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I am reporting the player for being destructive and disruptive. That doesn't make sense. Like, so I report and I get banned. I'm the one that you should be inquiring to when I send in a report. So it literally makes no sense for this shit to even happen. Oh, lo and behold, another fucking ban that I got last month, right? I got it on like the 23rd of last month. I still have zero context as to what the fuck they are even talking about. So I got banned on August 23rd, 2025 for, let me read it out for you. Disruptive behavior, respawning users without consent. Respawning users without consent? What the fuck does that even mean? First of all, that has to imply that I'm just running around either just deleting users, just blah 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 blah, fuck you, you're dead, which I don't do because I don't like disruptive items, right? Or number two, spamming the fuck out of the respawn button, which I never touch anyways. There's zero context as to what exactly I fucking even did. And I messaged the moderation team again for a third fucking time saying, dude, what did I do wrong? Because I still, to this day, I've messaged them like 3 times trying to ask about like, what the fuck did I do? Why am I soft banned again for another 30 days? Why are your soft bans for 30 days anyways? Like, if anybody on the moderation team is watching this, like, fix your shit, dude. It's problems like these that get me heated the most, because they are supposed to look into the issue further. And if they have evidence, and I asked for the evidence, they should at least elaborate something. They don't even show me any sort of evidence that they say. They're just like, oh, yep, pretty much it's my word against yours, and that's fucking it. The other thing I really don't like about Resonite, and again, this has nothing to do with the game itself. This is solely just the people. Don't get me wrong, the community is extremely niche, and it's really nice. Usually, most of the time, people are really chill, but you get certain individuals that get so, it's almost as if the dumbasses of VR chat were the ones running the best game that has ever been made. Imagine that, right? Think of like Skate 3 and how great that is, but it's ran by EA Sports and nobody likes EA. Sometimes the community can be absolutely toxic, and me getting soft banned is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to this shit. There's so many players and so many people that are either too smart, they know somebody on the inside, or are either a mentor or a fucking moderator. I'm not gonna say names or anything like that, because that's just fucked up, but it's really, really bad. All right, just trust me. I'm really glad that Resonite does not allow children on the platform. Anybody younger than 16, just not allowed. But sometimes it feels like the people who are even older than me are also should not belong on the fucking platform as well. Another thing, when you try reaching out to the moderation team about any single actual genuine question, sometimes they just don't respond, or like they refuse to, like they just try to avoid it. Honestly, this kind of behavior from like people in charge is what you get when you hire your friends instead of like actual capable people that have worked in this kind of industry before. I'm not saying everybody on the moderation team is bad, right? I'm not saying Faruxius Resonite VR is bad. That's not what this video is about. This video is here to hopefully enlighten new users and old ones alike to the realities of what Resonite is really like. Just from my own experience, I know I'm going to get a lot of shit for this, probably going to be a lot of dislikes. Honestly, it's fine, whatever. These are true experiences that happen, and it's just something that people need to be aware of and watch out for, because it's extremely loose when it comes to bans and reports and tickets that are made against other users and stuff like that. And then they don't investigate any further. They do no sort of digging and like asking about like, hey, so what happened on your end? Why did this happen? What occurred, right? They never come and ask you any sort of questions. But when you go and you ask questions, they don't respond, which I'm going to pull up an image real quick of a screenshot that I took, because they stopped responding to my messages because I kept on asking them numerous amounts of times why I was banned yet again for a third time. So instead, I went ahead and I went on their YouTube channel and I asked, would love to know why your ban policies are so loosely implemented and enforced without warning and or context to any situation. Also, why you never respond to appeals with proper replies, if at all, that provide actual or hard evidence to said ban. So I literally talked about this to them multiple times, and then I decided to try to reach out to them on YouTube. They never replied. They never replied to it, nothing. So I'm left in the dark. I know this sounds like just me complaining like a fuck ton, but honestly, I'm so sick and tired of the moderation team being so incredibly lenient about their ban policies, because their ban policies are incredibly bad. They do not even like, they are not elaborating at all onto what this actually entails, or they also don't even do their own investigations into the matters when they happen. So you're just going to be left in the dark if you get banned at all. And I'm sick and tired of it, man. Yeah, anyways, guys, that's my rant for the day. The moderation team, absolutely terrible, in my opinion. But not everybody on the moderation team is terrible. I really hate the way that they handle things. So I will see you guys in the next video.